Here we go. A little bit of an extended wait. I think that's kind of reasonable, isn't it? What with the full 30 on the previous. Try and use as much time as possible to get into the right headspace for this. Pistol quickly underway. Falcons not wasting any time getting this fountain control.
Jump spot from Defs. Does get information. Problem is Mopos has already hit the deck. A default from Falcons. They've just left Maka on B. He's got a P250. He's actually going to look for a duel. Coming out a monster at the same time. Some Pious. Julie's activated. Locks down long. Falls out. DavyG taking a duel on B. Flashes just about. Works out in DavyG's favor. That was on a knife edge. For the moment, man advantage, and some Pious is being an absolute menace with these Julies.
Kioz, though, has a chance to maybe drop him. He's hiding away for now. They're a little aware of his position, of course. Creeping through the smoke is death, so that's going to be the bomb drop. And they've jumped the gun a bit, haven't they? These two players in towards bank. You know, you've not secured the site, got the bomb down. Sometimes you have to take these risks. Kioz, though, has to do all the work. 15 HP to do it with. No bomb to do it with. Very little information on where this long player is going to be at as well. So really not looking good in the 1-on-2.
Bomb still on truck. Found some Pious, but Defs is a little bit unknown. So Pious doesn't wait around. Finds the kill. Movistar. First pistol round for them in seemingly quite a long time here in this best of three. Couldn't have come at a better time. And without that bomb plant, the investment becomes a little harder to justify. AK is dropped, but do they choose to go beyond this? No, they don't. It's just the hero AK. They're looking for maximum economic damage.
See whether they can find it. I mean, Falcons, tail end of the last game, really made some aggressive calls. Financially, but particularly strategy-wise. And they look to keep it up here onto Overpass. I mean, you have to be careful. It can indeed get you back in quickly, but it's the risk-reward factor. And the risk is that the snowball can start to get away from you here if you're not careful. Movistar Riders in with a pretty good chance. They know that they're probably up against something scary as well, right? We've got these rifles in play, getting in the face of their opponents as well. Look how aggressive they are on A right now.
Creeping up long. But at the end of the day, Movistar still have 3 here. Information on long. Soon to be gained by the jump spot. Bit of a boost for Maka, but it comes to no avail. Some Pious punches in first. And that's kind of the game given up. Look at the mini-map. Movistar all over this. Good kill, though, from Maka. Hunts them down. Look at this aggression. He wants his frags. Jumping in the air. Gets another. Will not expect a third. Maka on a tear there. He's enjoying himself. And economic damage is definitely secured now.
Any more for any more. Bomb plant will be denied. And they do win the round. But like you say, big damage coming in. And Maka, you know, he's good for the AK in this round. It's Kioz who has to sacrifice. It's unfortunate that they couldn't get the bomb plant there to kind of bolster his buy. At the end of the day, I think they'll be a little happy with the damage done. The triple from Alex. Yeah, no. Maybe if they make it a double, they'd be even better. But like I say, the buy going to come in here, keeping the pressure on this CTN.
Last connector from a couple of these Falcon players. 4B stack for Movistar. Certainly have a read. The Falcons wanted to default into that side of the map. We know better. We can see the overview. 2 in towards playground, 2 in under. They'll be coming up. And the question is now, how do Movistar react as Falcons start working towards the
DavyG. Hoping Python overextends. He's certainly thinking about it. Just spamming away, checking short. Spamming away, checking short. On the rotation. Meanwhile, this mid control that you talked about now coming into effect as they slowly move the line of attack upwards. Some Pious Got 2 to deal with. He hears 1. He's probably ready for 2. It would indeed make sense. Can't even take the first. So here we go. 5 on 4. And the A-bomb site looking pretty ripe. They do have 2 here ready to go, trying to get in the face and play kind of aggressive. But Falcons really have plans. Alex, though, getting in like this. Death can find Kios. Oh, Death does get a double. 1 more. Can't find it. And his teammate didn't really chime in either. 2 versus 2, though. Big flank. And, yes, they've just dropped the bomb. This could be massive. Flash over the top. Davy G can't get his kill. Mopos, however, has snuck in. And they are not ready for him. Finds the one on the right, left. The one on the right, though, spins around because it's Maka, and he is mighty fast, even with that AK.
Oh, that was unbelievable. How on earth has Maka won that? In from behind. I felt for a second like more trigger discipline was on the cards, and we're going to try and straight up deny the plant. Can't blame him for misplaying it in that manner. It was all Maka. That was impossible what he just did. And Falcons maybe need a little bit of that to kickstart their Overpass campaign.
Paul's coming through. Movistar riders, I think they have kind of been here before and know that the train can get started and be very, very hard to stop. Falcons forcing, and they will finally kind of break the wall down with it. It didn't take them too long, but all the same, they're really, I think, kind of frustrated off the previous game. Certainly the way that, you'd expect a team like this to go is a bit more aggressive rather than, overthinking or just checking out or whatever. They'll get angry and they'll use that anger to fuel them. And at the moment, it certainly feels like a very angry T side from Falcons.
Kio's taking space. It's 4 on the site. A few of them are hidden. Death finds a kill. Strictly traded though. Mac and Hadji chiming in. Players still ducking down towards the barrels area, but it's not enough. Hadji on an absolute tear. Ripping heads from bodies as the B-bomb site is blown wide open. That was a force buy even from Movistar, so all was invested into that one. They'll have to swallow their pride and eco in the next, and Falcons looking pretty great here as we kick off Overpass.
Yep, rifle rounds. Again, Overpass at the moment. I think one of the fan favorite maps in the pool. And quick, stacked up, taking fights kind of T-side. It really can work for you if Movistar riders don't play to the best of their ability. And I mean, finance is certainly betraying them in some of these rounds, but all the same, Falcons. You've seen where this goes, and it's been a long series. Really long, really intense, and it's hard, as you talked about yesterday when we sort of touched on it a bit with Entropic in that case. The adrenaline, the fatigue, it really can play in, and just keeping that same sort of level of performance throughout is really tough.
Have to say, harking back to your point about Overpass being a fan favorite, I don't think I've ever heard anybody suggest that Overpass shouldn't be in the map and it should be swapped out. And there's not been, when was the last Overpass update? 2015? Late 2015, I believe.
Yeah.
We're approaching 7 years of competitive play with no reskin, no changes. That is impressive.
I mean, Mirage was like 2013, right? It was like the first map to 2014.
End of 2013.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So these are CSGO.
They
classics,
added a bench.
They that's very true. Actually, that's yeah.
And they changed the skyboxes. To be fair,
and they removed the boxes and they put some stairs in. Really cool. Oh, Hadji.
Okay.
How's this happened? He's got the bomb as well. With no protection? Weird. Alex gonna get another. Oh man, that CZ, when it's on, it's deadly. Mac 10, bit harder to lock down maybe, but Mac not really sure what he's coming up against. Is there one or more or what? And even then he's kind of struggling. Knife out for Alex. Not a chance, says Maka. 2-on-2 should be good from here. You know, you've got unarmored, basic pistols. And indeed, that will be the case, but gets a bit spicy in the mid-round.
That was bizarre. So invested in our overpass antics that we didn't even consider the player could have got in behind, and I'm not sure really what Falcons was up to there, but they kind of survive it. They kept numbers alive enough in previous rounds that it's not the biggest hit to the economy. And on the other side of the coin, some Pius yet to have the AWP in play. Such a massive weapon on the CD side of Overpass. So many options. Maybe that's going to be an issue. Aggression on the flashes grants Alex only one before getting traded. A tidbit of information, but Falcons would be perfectly happy with this 4-on-4.
Pretty deadly setup in on B, if you ask me, though. It could go south fast, and it looks like they're going to try and contact flash in. Pretty obvious for Davy G. Molly comes down. The bomb leads. Guys, I mean, that's third map of, you know what, nearly 60 rounds of Counter-Strike played, and then in comes Hadji to open the round back up. He loses his teammate. It looked good for a second there. Now it looks less good. Not out of the question. Some Pius ready to deal, and indeed will take him down. Lets him get the bomb plant. Play it safe. Get the molly across. Lovely stuff. Will be number 3. And, of course, a break back here with the rifles for Movistar Riders.
Team Ace from the Spaniards. Scary part is bomb plant ensures a buy again from Falcons. And Movistar, loss bonus is starting to dwindle. Once again off the back of this round win. And they're going to invest essentially everything. Look at this. Barely anything in the bank and 1-9 loss bonus. Falcons may have, in essence, lost the battle, but they can certainly win the war here with the economy. If they win this round, straight back to pistols for the Spanish.
Tit for tat back and forth has continued all series long, and we thought we were in for a close one. I mean, at least we were right in one sense, good sir. Is it? I think it's 59, is it not? 59 rounds of Counter-Strike we've had so far?
Feels like it.
Yep. And it's a wee bit warm, as we say in the north of England, as well. It can take it out of you. And I mean, you know, credit to the players, right? Credit to the players. I'll certainly say that this job that we do takes a fair bit of energy and concentration, but goodness me, I mean, playing Counter-Strike at such a level, yeah, it's a lot of work. It really is. A minute left in the round. Not too much. We've gone down, he says, and then, of course, Alex opens up. Hadji sprays there for 1, but no more. 4-on-3, still going to try and break in. I mean, they don't have the bomb here. 50 seconds, and it's going to be a detour from Kyojin rather than joining the pack. And Alex, keep your eyes on him, might be able to pick up said bomb in a second. Kills going their way. This sucks, doesn't it?
They haven't.
But, I mean, 35 seconds, no bomb.
This is bizarre. This is completely bizarre.
This trade has to happen, and I think they're a bit wary that he's going to be on it. Certainly ready for him. Yeah, he can't find it. He does actually get one. Credit to him. Again, very nearly cost him. And it's actually the second round of the series that they've gotten lucky after leaving the bomb in a silly spot.
It's not a thing we need to talk about very often, is it? Kind of. I wouldn't even know what you'd call it because we don't have to. Bomb management, I guess. It's a
pretty bare fundamental, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, we had this issue on Endpoint actually. It's just like
assumed.
It's actually on the coach to fix it. You just have to like call it out enough times, and people will just become his muscle memory. But because of people's tendency from playing punts and matchmaking to leave the bomb with somebody else, not my problem. That sort of idea. And yeah, it's simple to fix. Take the bomb with the pack. If not, send it where you want to end the round. Worst case scenario, drop it somewhere where a player's guaranteed to be moving later on in the round. So pretty simple principles. The Falcons maybe need a little bit of a litmus test on that front.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, a little bit tough to say in that one. Alex did find a kill over in the connector area. Maybe that player was meant to, you know, wrap around and retrieve the bomb. Definitely the one on Mirage where it's just sat in T-Spawn is... Either way. Forget about it. Into another buy round here. AWP out for Sun Pius. Can't find the opener off the mid push. I'm going to drop all the way back to play safe from sight.
Plenty of smokes here for Movistar, but lacking elsewise in the utility department. Still leaning 4 here over towards B. Sunpius has dropped his soul smoke on the front of toilets. Now he gets a bit of support in the shape of Alex, but Maka posted up, ready for the swing, and Sunpius hits the deck. Rotates not yet to come in. Bit of utility coming out from Falcons as they try and pressure A little bit more. Mopos tries to react, and they're absolutely strangling Movistar in this round.
Really looking good on the rifles are Falcons, to be honest, Alex. It's a nice spot for one, tough to get to. Yep, trade in immediately for Kios. 4 versus 2, 4 versus 1. Baby G is close to the action, but can't get it done. Ripped apart as soon as they're back in. They're just shut out. Falcons looking pretty damn fantastic here with the T side.
Pause comes in. Quick discussion. Movistar money is not good at all. They can't buy in this one. Few deagles at best. And they really need to sort out some of these early rounds. They are kind of consistently giving a lot of control. Sure, some Pius probably to blame for peeking into an angle which he knew he'd already lost without any utility. But I don't know. Movistar, their passive style here, trying to make reads and just rotate, isn't working. And maybe this is the moment to up the ante and bring out more aggression in the following round when they're back on the guns.
It's hard, man. You can't figure it out. You know, you're in the late stages of a series, getting the calls, getting the reads, and what's going on, how we get back in. Can be very, very difficult to keep on the right path, especially a team like Falcons as your opponents. Incredibly hard to read round on round, regardless map on map. So you certainly have to feel for them in this case. Pretty rough stuff. B stack. Falcons, though, not messing around. We've seen them in the past on the earlier maps. Go in pretty fast, maybe throw away a few silly kills and give a small chance across to their opponents in a round like this. Not going to be the case here. Playing it nice and safe.
Haji. Scalp removed. What a shot that was. Bit of utility hitting the barrels. That's going to flush out Alex. The numbers still retained. Look at this from Falcons. 4 over here, ready to contact in. Flashes set to come over from Kios. But there's 4 in defense. This is going to be so difficult. And Kios needs to connect with these frags. Swinging wide from Pillar. Comes through the smoke. Gets the first. Player behind Pillar. Not long for this world. Mopos yet to be spotted. Smoke, though, is perfect. Falcons walked into the Lion's Den. But they came prepared with treats, so it worked out in the end.
Some Pius may be hoping to stick around. There's a gun down, although all the T's are on top of it, so will be rough. Bomb blast might blow it his way, but he's got to get through Maka. Maybe one more. Actually looks to just be Maka. Not the end of the world money-wise if they give this away. However, you know, one tap potential of the AK and all that. He's going to be joined by Kios. He's hungry for it, though. He really wants this kill. Really wants this kill. But
no,
he's not going to overstep. So, anticlimactic in the end. Sorry, guys. Really trying to set it up there for some Pius to nick a kill away at the very least, if not a weapon. And, yeah, not going to happen. Baited, as per usual. 7th round for Team Falcons, though.
So where are we at now? Because Movistar won the pistol. Yeah, that's 1 gun round. They went 2-0 up. The sole gun round win. And we need to see a lot more. We need to see a lot more. This has not been a great map from the Spanish side. We knew Overpass had been problematic in recent times. But that's against higher tier opposition. We need to be honest. Here against Falcons, expect a lot more. Jumping round the corner. Maka, what on earth was that? Shotgun orb, gets the kill, lose a lot of HP in the process. But I think, all things considered, he should be dead.
Oh, well, he is eventually. Keen angle here for Mopos. Great adjustment from Movistar Riders, taking it to the face of their opponents and nearly goes south for them. Oh, we'll see here, though. The timing on it nearly perfect. Python kind of fires, shoots the gun a bit early. And unfortunately not able to capitalize on the positioning that they had. 4 on 2. Moving in towards B here. Could get a bomb plant. I think winning the round, though, surely out of the question. Hadji, first man in. Looking a little keener on the entries. But these angles going into this A pit area, so hard to deal with. Mopos in the off. Spots his shoulder. Takes him down. Trade there for Python. Trade back in for Davy G. Tough to say, but surely the round got to be won. Nice little molly. All this, of course, is just buying more and more time for the rotations to come through. Davy G just moves out of the way of the Molotov. Bomb plant. Oh, it's a little open. Sunpire's not looking to overextend, though. So they give him the bomb plant at the very least. It'll keep bolstering that economy. It's not really the end of the world. They want to be winning their rounds. Missed shot. Python wins the fight out towards Monster. Young gun in with a chance for a huge clutch here. 1 on 4. Sunpire smokes him off. No kit available. It gives him some room to work with, to be honest with you. And against the AWP, it is a tough 1v1 to lose, honestly. Python has this in his favor. Tap onto the bomb. Through the smoke he will go, and thank God there's a kit nearby. Going to be awfully close, but indeed the defuse comes in.
Oh, that was 2 seconds away. Truly monstrous attempt from the Falcons player. See it here in the replays. This early scenario, Maka got away with more than he ever should have. Python, what was that? 1 on 4? 1 on 4. And he was a favourite to win that 1-on-1 in the end. Unfortunately, can't get over the line, but he couldn't have done anything else. Put them into a round they never should have had a chance in, and even if they can't win it, the economic damage is biblical. Movistar have nothing in reserve.
Yes, absolutely. You know, you can take the silver lining of it. Sunpire so going to find the opener here. A newfound confidence with that 1 round. Looking for more. Doesn't get it, but he will survive at the very least. And now Alex has a chance to maybe creep in and find a head. He does. Not the kill, though, thanks to that A1S. Still, damage massive here. Push down long as well. In good time. It's effort for deaths on the FAMAS. Will be traded out. Alex still sticking around in connector, looking to bide his time. Maka goes flying into him, though. It just finds the kill. I mean, how do you read that one, mate? He spots out another player here in the bathrooms as well. Into the AWP. That one would have been crazy if a left eye peek worked out for him there. 3 versus 2 now.
Maka's got skills. Last peek was even beyond his abilities. And grouping up towards a bomb is in the hands of Kyojin. Problem is, look at Mopos. Aggressively, he's in short water. Nobody can come down connector. They'll probably make noise if they go through Monster as well. So, Movistar can commit 2 on B. On A even. AWP on the angle. Davy G ready to get baited in, and I'm sorry, but barring some unbelievable headshots, you are never cracking this setup in a million years. So Pius finds the first. Hadji will swing up, and he will reject the corner. So 1-2 punch, simple as can be, and Movistar looking a little improved here on the defense.
Yep, getting this CT side a little better, a little stronger. Still good position for Team Falcons. Been a little bit more about the T side in this series, I suppose you could say. But Falcons, you know, we work off the loose stats. They generally should be the answer rather than the question. But their CT side is usually the stronger, as you would expect in the current meta. But this series has been something different. So nice pinch of salt taken with that.
Look at the read from Movistar. They've got 5 on B.
Oh, the flash is beautiful. Mopos through the smoke. He's going to get the double, but his teammate goes down a little unlucky. Blindness, Kyojin takes his head clean off. Trades are in thick and fast, but like you say, there's just so many bodies, so don't expect it. Now Maka left 15 and 5. He's certainly been crisp, but not crisp enough for this.
What a wild call from Movistar to play 5B and still aggress it. I wonder if that was... So some people run a set round where you go into B short water and then come out a monster at the same time on like flashes and that deep smoke. I don't know if that was the plan. It didn't materialize in quite that manner, so maybe the concept is a little bit more sound in general, but that was crazy from Movistar. You will not see 5B that often.
Nasha. Fast again from Falcons, out towards short this time. Hadji has actually got a lot of space here. We'll see. Flash comes in, it's totally ineffective. Mopos, in with the double, triple make it. Death's wild, takes out that player from short, and now it doesn't matter. He's recovered an AK, but not a chance. Frustration again setting in for Falcons, and it's allowing Movistar Riders to close the gap and possibly even take the lead moving into half two.
4 in a row now. And as we get into the 15th, money is not good at all for Falcons. Movistar, they look down and out here, honestly, on Overpass. It felt only a few mistakes away from being map over, but somehow we are tied. We would not like it any other way. And look at this buy from Falcons. 2 flashbangs, 1 utility set, and that's already being dumped to fake some A pressure. Hadji has to find heads. They have to find kills. Pushed into B short by these counter-terrorist players. Jeffs has no idea. Dink onto Davy G. It's again in a scenario where it's so unbelievable that you go out without nades that Movistar get absolutely blindsided.
Brute force finally works again. I think that one might just seal the deal. 4 on 2. You know there's a player at short, and I think indeed some pious has been heard. So all the info that is required here. Nice find from Mopos onto the low HP player. But, I mean, how the hell do you get in here? Pulls the flash out. It's risky to throw it. He'll get away with it, though. They're really not giving him an inch right now. Off angle might be difficult to deal with. Some pious. Very little time here. And he will indeed go down. 8-7 at the turn of the half. It is that slim lead in for Falcons. Is it going to be enough for them? I mean, the energy is really drained for both teams. We'll see whether they can keep it up moving into half two. Half number 2 here, the third and final map then of the upper bracket semi-final. It has been a long series. We had a quick one yesterday, didn't we, Alan? Today we've got the longest of the long, it would appear, unless this second half one of the teams takes over. I'm not sure it's going to happen, but we shall see. Oh, rough fight. Mopos will get the double trade, though. Took him a second to get his crosshair lined up, but once he does, he takes the name. Kyojin only ready for the 1 as well. That's worked out perfectly for the Movistar Riders here. And they survive with 3 in a very quick pistol.
Yeah, kind of a case of meet me in connector. Everyone showed up. And Movistar won the duels. So nice for them. Another pistol round. Both collected here on Overpass. And of course, that was the story of Mirage. Both going the way of Falcons, holding them into the game the whole way through. Movistar. Troublesome CT side. They needed that pistol conversion. And a strong start here on T would make their campaign towards that upper bracket final all the more doable. 4 Spy, Scouts on Maka, 3 Deagles, MP9 in the mix. You don't want to count them out, but certainly got to favour Movistar here.
Say so. Maka's taking some damage with the smoke here early on as well. I mean, yeah, look at this. They're very quickly in. Maka's not going to be ready for these players. Oh, he says. It's a hell of a shot on the double scope especially. Needs to try and buy some time. Gets another tag. Rotations are really late, but they're very weary. Fast up long, not fast onto the site, and it might cost them. Flank coming in. Perfect timing here. 1 dropped. Bit of support for him to work with as well. Python already out on the site. In comes Kyojin. Galil picked up. Uh-oh. 2 remaining. Now just 1. Alex will be traded out quickly, and that is a huge round. Look at the weapons that they get out of it as well. 3k for Hadji, but credit to Maka. I thought he was done, and he gets a headshot and tag. Massive.
What a moment. What a moment. Full reset from Movistar. Lack of a bomb plant. Look at this buy. Tech 9 armor. Utility coming out because those players have sacked, even having, you know, the body armor in this similar situation. So, horrendous buy from Movistar. Looks like they've got a plan in mind with so much utility, but we can see the truth. Look at the mini-map scrib. 4 in defense. Falcons are so ready for this.
Good nade from Kyojin. Decent damage. So very blinded at the barrels, though. Oh my goodness, the flashes are brilliant onto the barrels player, but not so much onto that pit player. Some Pius will trade out Kyojin through the smoke. Should be good from here, though. Even the bomb plant, I think, is going to be tough. Some Pius for another. And yeah, that bomb was actually firmly at the feet of the Falcon side. Speed coming in from Movistar Riders doesn't work out. And here we'll see ourselves 10-8 down the barrel of it. And eco coming through from Movistar Riders. So Falcons, real potential to run away with this half, man.
Well read from them as well. I wonder if preparation showed them that maybe on these half buys, the 4 Spies, Movistar lean heavily towards the big execs. So great read. 4 in attendance. Likely would have won it anyway with the 3, but the 4 is the insurance policy, as we like to say. Full Glock eco. The Glocks in play, the rattlesnakes. And yeah, Falcons are going to let them do that.
Happy with 1, I'm sure. Kyozo comes in for the 4k farming the ecos. Lovely stuff. But yeah, not said it for a while. Any damage is good damage, Alan, in a round like that for Movistar Riders. Certainly one of my favourite cliche phrases.
Another stamp on the bingo cards for everybody at home. So that's good. What isn't good is where Movistar lies in this series. Down on rounds, weaker side. We know Overpass has been troubling for them, even in the last few days. What have they managed to change? What preparation have they done into Falcons? Because this map is so close to done. Any gun rounds early on going the way of Falcons here could be all she wrote.
Maka with the risky angle. Fires on a shot. Flash comes in. Hadji, though, not really ready. However, he was a sacrificial lamb, apparently. 4 on 3. And Falcons off to that strong start once again.
Mopos, we know he's good. We know he can open up bomb sites. It just feels like unless these Falcons players egregiously overface where he's going to find good duels without the second player swinging in. Taking a little bit of space up here from short. Kyojin, though, isn't budging. Molotov now will force him wide. It's a good kill from Mopos. When he clear the second, Kios called upon. Headshot connects. Alex left alone. 5 HP to his name. Both opponents are low as he tries to seek them out. Look at this. Gets it close to Maka. Sprays round. Doable now. 20 seconds. Maybe fakes out the A. No rotation. 15 seconds. Dwindling down on the angle as Kios peeking in. Alex not ready for it. Kios too much to handle. That went unbelievably close for being, what was that, a 2-on-4?
Yep.
Great attempt for Falcons. Still racking up these rounds.
Let the replays speak for themselves on that one. It's a shame. It is a real shame. Big damage taken away. They are hot on the heels here in the context of the second half at the very least. But with where the rounds are at, Falcons kind of flying away. You can see that facilitates the force buy here, of course. The thought behind it. Titan. The catch one. He's got cover, but Alex in with the double catches them. Low on ammo. A couple rifles to take away here. 3 versus 3. They'll kind of be happy with that. But again, heavy B presence. Going through it, but the smoke comes down at the worst possible time, apparently. Great flash from some bias. Haji, who is the A player, late to the action and 3 to find.
Bomb has been planted.
Smoke in heaven set to fade. I think Haji should just save. The money is out of balance. One more rifle guaranteed into the next would be really nice. Just going to clear close. Praying for a window into this retake, but it's not going to happen. Haji, I'm amazed he's sticking around as much as this, Scriv. If you lose this gun, suddenly the buy gets called into question. Some pious may go down. So I guess all's well that ends well. As Movistar punch in what feels like their first gun. Takes up a long time here, keeping 2 alive. Not the end of the world, but neither team here is establishing any economy.
Hard to call them down to the wire once again. All 3 maps. Certainly not the longest series I've ever done in my career, but it's getting there. Could get an overtime on this one. What do you reckon?
Feels like it, fitting into the series. I'm trying to think what our longest match has even been, minus tech issues, which we haven't had here, which is the surprising part, that we've been on this for long. I don't know. I don't really remember any really close ones.
I think maybe on the old Republic.
Yeah, I was going to say the
6 months ago.
Godsend Semi.
Yes.
Inferno.
Yeah.
I seem to remember that being bonkers, but yeah, that was a while ago now.
Well, here we are. This series definitely delivering, right? And it's edge of your seat stuff. I think it always is when Falcons especially are involved. But Movistar Riders this evening, not as clean, clear-cut Counter-Strike out of them. Certainly playing a little bit of the Falcons game. Late push out mid. Interesting. Maka gonna find the head, but yeah, you can see he's like, yo, I got one. I can get out, right? And no, there's actually 4 players there ready to go on the trade. Defs is gonna get a double for his trouble. And the 4-on-3 comes in. A really interesting play from Movistar Riders, but method in the madness, obviously.
Combined it with that head stack for the pipe on B, so I guess that's the logic. Push A. Show a bit of presence. Called by the T side, they rush into B water and they get mowed down. But it didn't work. A aggressors died immediately. Movistar put the brakes on, unsurprisingly, given how much aggression was being flung at them. And yeah, plan hasn't worked. They're committing all 3 on B. And as long as Movistar do a good job of collecting some information, they should find the gaping hole, the massive gap of the entire A side of the map.
Well, we'll see, won't we? The bomb. Edging towards B. Rotation around towards A, though. The stronger B bomb site, now the weaker one. And full rotation across. The fake out has been enough. Ah, beautiful. It's lovely when a plan comes together, isn't it? Now they will indeed just save. Even the creep from deaths has not really been expected. Just Hadji to save. So, yeah, not really worth as much as it was when there was 3 of them alive.
No, indeed. Falcons starting to struggle now. CT looked great earlier on. The reset went a long way, but now the rifles are in play. Movistar finding a bit of a feat underneath them, starting to stabilize Hadji. Mopos is close. Mopos denies. 10 rounds and an eco set to follow. Movistar staying in this series at any cost.
Another long battle certainly going to be required then, because that's the bank fully broken out. Hard eco coming in from Team Falcons. Not a single iota bought up, and certainly rare to see from the French side. A lot of discipline, I think, being shown that there's flash, not a P250. Really not taking any chances with this next rifle buy. Of course, it'll be 12-11. There's absolutely no chance. Maybe if they walked into a stack, but yeah, no way they win this bomb going down here. And that will be the round. Probably going to look to get a gun out if they can. And there's a chance. Deaths and Alex are on the extremities here. Even then, I think it'd be too much for them to get through 2 of them.
I wonder what they're going to do here. They're going to wait until after the bomb and then just absolutely zerg it in together. You're up against AKs, so I don't know why you'd be concerned about kill reward. As the Mexican standoff conspires to continue. Alex is jiggling. Where's he even going to molly? There, it turns out. And all 10 survive, so... Yep, you can be excused for falling asleep at home.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Unlucky. Could have been crazy. Could have been exciting.
I want a button, Scrib, where I can open a direct channel to TeamSpeak whilst I'm on the cast and shout out to them and say, go! Running.
Use it, maybe...
Yeah, you get a Joker
once or twice a map.
Yeah. You get it once per series, you get your Joker card.
Yeah.
Where you can call in and, just for the love of God, go in and do something.
Okay. Really not great here from Falcons as well, right? You know, that we talk about the hard eco and the discipline of it. Yes, the rifles are there. Might look good to some ears, but at this level, we've got glass cannon armor of Maka. Really makes that AWP very vulnerable. And the big one, lack of utility. Get the early stuff out, and now they've got a smoke, 3 flashes, and a nade. That's really not a lot to work with, and a lot of those nades are on one person. If Python goes down without throwing anything, then, you know, you're a bit screwed here. And also no kit, so yeah, it really does not look good buy-wise. And they kind of know that. They pull off some aggression here, gather some information outside of B. Python going to try and take a face, and it's big damage onto Deaths, but he doesn't get the kill.
Kios somehow has got in behind. Fairly aware he's actually holding the position. That is interesting. Kios' positioning given up, so that will alert these Ts that a flank could be totally open. This is really bizarre. 4 and A for Falcons. Only Kios on B. Movistar seems to have an idea that B is not going to be loaded up after that flank was spotted. ABG's applying pressure. And now Kios left alone. He gets fragged and bomb site firmly in control of the Spaniards.
And this is the big one, mate, where you've got that no utility, no kit. Like, how do you break back into a bomb site? Obviously, some of the damage here is unconfirmed. And yep, immediate call to save. Not messing about. No sticking around, might get a kill, see what happens, and then we'll go for it. No, they're just like, we just have to save. We're a bit screwed. And the funny thing is, the buy in the next round will probably look a lot better than this one. Kios, I would imagine, should get a drop across, and then there'll be plenty of utility to go around, which is pretty funny.
Interesting one. And for those wondering where the mistake was there, sure, Keels can flank and go for kills. You might think there's no problem with it. The thing is, Falcons are already committed 4 and 8. He's got all the information. It cannot, in any universe, have been B with the presence that Movistar had shown. So, little overzealous from Keels, and they get punished. So, small mistakes, but that's the margins that decide at professional level Counter-Strike. And with so few rounds remaining, a few of those mistakes, a few of those moments of magic are going to decide who is in the upper bracket final.
Kyojin first line of defense here over on B, it looks like. Kill coming in. Trade quickly, though. Late boost up here. I think Kios is watching for it. Was. Now not so much. Very, very quiet. Kios going to go back to it, but loses his head. Oh. Kyojin, last line of defense now. Maka opens up squeaky door. Quick spray down. Deaths doesn't really know where to look. Gets tagged by that AWP. Python going to try and find a kill here off the back of it, and all the panic works out for the CT side. Kyojin getting another. No one in towards short. 50 seconds. Mopos has got a bit of control up towards A, but really not enough. This is tough.
What do they do from here? Falcons moving around a lot considering they're in the man advantage. Mac has picked up A. Kyojin said, I have no interest in playing on the B-bomb site. And once Python makes his way up and clears close bank, surely a call comes in that B is the likely target. Kyojin biding his time, playing from heaven. Somehow, nobody's seen each other just yet. Spotted out as he tries to smoke mid-sight as his unpious. Bomb will be planted, and Mopos is pushed up and he's looking for Jules.
Well, he's going to need to get them all, isn't he? They have no idea, though. No idea. Gets the double, and the AWP is there for the trade. Oh, man, for a second you start to believe, don't you? He takes down the automatic weapons, but not going to be the case. However, again, we have these silver linings of damage, but they just want the rounds, man. So close to taking the lead, and Falcons will keep it away from them.
Neither team can win a clean round at the moment, that is for sure. Here's the boost. Bringing it into a man advantage. Kyojin did everything possible. And Mopos, it was a nice one too, but the third was too much to ask for. Full investment from both sides. Maka, AWP, joined by his opposite in Sun Pius. Both AWPers up and down over the series. Maka, I think, has come out on top many a timer. If I recall correctly, he was well in the lead in the frags in Mirage despite the map loss. So Maka being a monster this series, and they'll need him once again now they're at a deficit.
Dangerous angles across the board for both players. The AWP being watched here, and down he will go. Python, it's kind of a one-and-done spot, to be honest. And, I mean, he does his job. Didn't have any teammates to help him out, though, did he? 4-on-2. Especially on Overpass, I think this is just over at this point for Falcons. They're going to split up as well. So, yeah, really, really asking a lot if they want to win this.
Just one apiece on the sites. I think the call has now just come in saying, guys, just play together. Pray for a miracle where they commit in B and it's sloppy and you can find the kills. If not, we'll save. We'll play the long game. Such little cash in reserve as Movistar taking this unbelievably slow. They don't want to take any risks of walking into a stack. Alex here is going to probe B, and there's your confirmation. A maximum one defender. Davy G accelerates from long. Defs is up short. Kios, even if he makes it up here, so many players to deal with. Utility landing, and I suspect a save call's going to come back to Kyojin. Kyojin on the flank doesn't work out. Kios tagged a long way down, and he just needs to save this M4.
A spark of hope for Kyojin, but, man, snuffed awfully quick. 13-13. Another 30-rounder, maybe. Movistar Riders, they looked a bit checked out in the early stages of the second half. Not the case, man. And look, when you're this deep into a series, this many rounds, the ebbs and flows are going to come. You have to rely on your instincts, and they kind of betray you. Some rounds, some Pius will take down the low HP Kios. And here we are, all even. Bank broken. Hero Warp for Maka, I think, is on the way. We'll see.
Okay. Pause comes in. And I suspect Falcons are debating the buy. It is borderline. Kyojin can get an M4. Decent utility. Maka could double drop. Buy himself an M4 and drop one over. It just feels like a huge gamble. I think they should save here. But this discussion drags on. And nobody yet to buy. So I guess hotly debating, Scriv, behind the scenes, what to do here.
What are we going to do? They're really making us wait. Wow. Color me surprised. This is a relatively hard eco for a team that loves taking a chance. So, yeah, 14. Looking pretty good for Movistar Riders. And then a lot of pressure on this next round by.
Nades ready to go for the monster pop. What are we looking at? Yep, all three nades over towards B. And I don't know if you saw that, Scriv, but Kyojin just naded mid-sight on B. I'm guessing a misclick.
Mate. Yeah, it happens to the best of us, you know. I wouldn't think anything of it. Haji. Good God. Big frag. And an AK taken away. If you can get that across to a player with armor for the late round stage, it could be pretty massive. How do you get out of here, though? That's the question, right? He's being watched on both sides. So, yeah, certainly a tough move from here.
He just needs to stay alive, doesn't he? As long as he's alive and connected, the threat is enormous. One player is kind of going to have to be dedicated to just preventing the swing up. Now he's being joined by his teammates. Hopefully all of them got body armor to hand that AK over. So many Molotovs landing on the bomb site, and that is full confirmation. Look at these flankers accelerate. 3 coming from that direction. Couple of them showing face, but I don't think they'd expect this many more. Kyojin getting swarmed. First kill. Pivots onto the truck player. Can't make it 2, but look at the flank. Maka, he's bodying on an absolute marathon to cover ground and get in from behind. JVG, no chance. No expectations of a player from around there. Alex next to forward. It's just deaths. How this round has fallen apart for Movistar.
Unbelievable. Another round in this series that somehow Team Falcons have pulled out of thin air. 14-13. They've got so much money now. And I mean, keeping it together after that is an unenviable position right now for Movistar Riders. Oh my goodness.
They can't have many pauses left at this point. I think both teams have churned through them, even putting the brakes on and, you know, trying to just cool the heads and stay calm. Oh, Movistar, you were so far ahead economically, and that has just taken a heck of a downswing. This is 100% even Stevens. Same money in the bank, same loss bonus. Wouldn't have wanted it any other way, and this third map is delivering in heaps and bounds.
Honestly, the finish line for both of them is just there. Just on the horizon, man. Absolutely crazy stuff. The chariots of fire playing in the background. You can feel it. You can certainly hear it here as they are trying to be the first to cross over and get themselves forward, staying in this upper bracket. The grueling task of moving down through the lower bracket for that one spot that is available. Of course, the prize money as well often gets a little overlooked, but these tier 2 teams, I think, want to work towards that also. Haji stands between Movistar Riders and the victory here quite keenly. Maka will be taken down low at the top of Dice. Haji, the flash is not good enough for him. Down he will go, and now it looks pretty good, doesn't it? 5 on 4 and a low HP member.
Yojin trying to reposition. Going into clear monster and just call it out for his teammates, but it doesn't work out. Kios finds the first, alerts the opponents to his position. His teammate is so far away. One, unfortunately, was never going to be enough, and now Mopos is essentially holding the rotates. It's going to be 14 apiece, and Falcons have to save these 2 guns. If they drop, that would be disaster.
Man alive, full 30 once again. This is really, really all the way down to the wire and so hard to call. Don't know which way it's going to go. Absolute insanity, to be honest with you, Alan. Like, oh my god.
But
not clear, but certainly the favourites, Movistar Riders, weren't they? And they have really made a meal out of this series. And they haven't even won it yet.
Yeah, I think they were pretty heavy favourites. I mean, spoiler alert, we like to paint it as a nice competitive matchup, but Movistar are a top 20 team in the world. They maybe even are the favourites to win this season, especially given how the brackets played out with teams like Entropic. So Movistar, being honest, should have cleaned up here. Maybe too many officials in recent days is starting to bite them in the back. The Falcons, man. What a performance. Maka really starting to step up now. How on earth he calls and maintains his level is beyond me, but this man is superhuman. That's what we know for sure.
Yes, sir. Okay, here we go. Who's going to take 15 first, and will it be enough to take the game over the line? Buys look good. No excuses in that sense. Orbs where you want them. Utility where you want it. Just comes down to how it plays out. 3 out on B for Falcons. Certainly weary of the B play and an aggressive push into the bathrooms for A. So, pretty conventional, you could say.
Certainly could. Very passive stuff here from Falcons. Giving up so much map control early on. Maka playing it a little bit wide. It's a nice off angle. He can even peek into the pixel if he chooses to do so. Davy G comes in. Maka can't connect. Davy G to hit the deck. What a pair of frags. How important could that be in deciding this series? Davy G does finally fall, but he's done his work, and now he's just on his teammates to close this round out.
Just have to keep it together. 4 on 2. Remains looking good. Another comes in, as you know, you have to try and make something happen if you're Python. Unfortunately does not. Kios now remains. Opposite side of the map to the bomb, so looking pretty good here, to be honest with you. Once again, they're going for this sort of info-based play. It's going to be Mopos, who will, you know, prod, poke, might even find a kill. It's not going to happen, but they now have confirmation he's deep into B. Let's get this bomb down. And to be honest, he probably saves. Take that AK, take the utility that he can scrape up and get it out of there. Maybe he finds an early one, but not even going to look for that.
Gotta save this. Gotta save this AK. That'll be the lone rifle alongside whatever Maka chooses to go for. And I fear their loss bonus might not be enough to have a AWP with utility and body armor. Movistar, though, they shouldn't have won it in that fashion. Davy G peeked into an AWP and collected the second in the 2-man setup. Monster entries, but that is the margin here. Maka, if he connects, 5 on 4. Setup's hard to break. 1 missed shot, and now they have map, match, and series points up against them. Tense stuff for Falcons, and they need to do it now on lesser weaponry. This is going to be brutal.
Well, we saw him convert around with much less than this. The pressure certainly not as high, certainly not as heavy, so we'll see here. Obviously, our rider's got to be careful, though, that you don't overlook it and go a bit too deep. Maka, aggressive, through the smoke, finds the kill. What a round to do it in, you know, save those types of things for moments like these. Man down, now make it 2. 5 on 3, and the overtime. Edging ever closer. Maka with the reposition. Good for another. Yep. Some Pius and Alex. The early aggression from Falcons, it's risky, but it pays off.
Haji sticks around. Towards balloons. Some Pius next to full. It's just Alex remaining 1 on 4, and this series couldn't have ended up any other way. We are definitely going to overtime.
Yes, Alex does manage to recover the bomb, take the AK, but I mean, stats kills at this point. Get these two in connector, maybe, and there's a world. But look, he either walks into them and he's dead, or he goes A and they have a super quick flank. So, pretty ideal. You know, you got Maka holding the backside, so definitely not a chance of a B play. And it doesn't matter. Final round of the game. Regulation, anyway. Does not matter about letting the bomb go down and all that kind of stuff, right? You just need to win the round out and give some respect across. In comes the flank. And he's a dead man. Yeah. Took a bit of time, to be fair, but he will indeed go down. 15-15. The score's on the doors. We've got the overtime for the third and final here in the upper bracket semi-final. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back with more Counter-Strike action. all the rounds, as we like to say. Certainly deserving of it, though. What a series it's been between Falcons and Movistar Riders. No money to worry about now. Interestingly enough, looks like we're on the 10K. Maybe 12.5? 12.5.
Should be 12.5.
Yeah,
Should be
12.5.
12.5.
Indeed. So, we like that. We actually really do like that. Somewhere down the middle is often very nice indeed. Maka. Getting aggressive down short. Deaths. Ready for it. Reed and gets the double. 16. Well, they didn't get it when they wanted, but it's looking likely already.
Another round where a team plays 5 on B and then aggresses. I'll just leave it there. It doesn't make sense, so I hope they don't have to say it again, Scriv. But anyway, they're going to commit to the B stack. Movistar, though, looks to be clearing out a lot of A, so soon enough, they'll smell the ruse, should commit up A, and what do you do in 12.5? Do you go for the retake, or do you still have to think about your economy a little bit?
I mean, if they gift you a couple kills, then, you know, might as well give it a go. Hachi's going to be here quite quickly. The sloppiness of the long series certainly coming into play. Haji, though, also going to take a risky move. Oh, the flashes work out for him, but unfortunately doesn't spot the player. Still creates some space for the double. And now just some pious on that AWP. 15 seconds to get the bomb down. Let's bide that time, boys. What can he do? Try and creep in. This smoke that, you know, was thought to meant to be a shield for the CT sides actually worked out for him. Oh, gonna have to go for the plant, though, and, well, unfortunately, Python is more than ready. He says, goodness, able to get his gun back up and nearly a chance in there, and actually, it was after time by the looks of it. That's unfortunate. I thought it said 4 at the top, but I suppose, indeed, that half second makes it awkward.
That is, let's be blunt, that was an unforgivable giving up of a man advantage. 5 on 3. Full A map control, and the players committing to B before the A players are even ready to take the site. That is, I don't know. They're playing 5B again. What is going on?
Oh, God. Maka. Perfect timing. And he gets it. Double scope. Ah, man. From bad to worse, isn't it? I mean, losing a round like the previous and then losing your first player, your key player on the AWP, of course, right? Immediately into this round. That's going to be very hard mentally to bounce back from in the space of a few rounds. So, this is not looking great, I will be honest.
Rotates have come in. Couple mollies to stall out any potential push. Flashbang for that final swing. Overpass ready and waiting. 4 on 4. Players super passive here on A. Maka says, I want some fights. Comes out to default. First is collected. Can't connect with the second shot. Hits it on the repeat. Stays alive here towards one. Those rotates need to come over and have him through the flames. Doing damage. Alex does make it a second, though. Bomb in hand. 33 seconds. This is doable. My God, do Movistar need it. Doesn't happen. Falcons make it 17. And they conspire to keep playing 5B at the start.
Surely not 3 in a row, but either way, the buy here will
Surely not again.
come out.
Well, maybe
but there
that's
isn't
the
gonna be an
logic,
AWP.
isn't it?
Yeah,
They won't
well,
expect it
I
the
suppose,
third
yeah.
time.
And definitely, okay, so third time is the charm in a sense, depending on your opinions. Ooh, these wacky plays. Smoke out towards mid doesn't really work. Actually, still going to go for it. Flash awkward over the top from both sides. Not really worked there for the CTs, has it? Big damage, though. The AWP. Oh, smacker. Trigger discipline pays off. Just need to land one, my dude. He's going to swap to the AWP because it's a bit more reliable for him, I suppose. Still can't find it and eventually overwhelmed. Kios, meanwhile, has found a double outside of B. Pause for breath. And even then, there's another frag that comes in. Sun Pius. 1 versus 3, 16 HP.
No reason not to go for it. Last round of this first half of kind of this first overtime. Nobody's to be found in B short. Sampias works through the angles. Problem is, Kios is so passive, holding a deep line. Sampias not going to know what hit him. But actually, Kios comes off the angles. There will be a bomb plant. There is a smoke mid-sight. Problem is Python. Flank surely is going to be too much. Post up from Pillar. Gets the first. Repositions, makes it a second. No way did Sampias even make it that close. Python is going to secure it. 3 on the CT side. That is a heck of a statement from Falcons.
It just doesn't stop. It just doesn't stop, mate. Every single round is just unreal. Blinken, you'll miss it in some of these moments, man. Goodness gracious me. You know, no holds barred, no pulling the punches. There's a couple more for your bingo card.
Yep, full house.
Surely by now someone's got at least a row. There are no prizes, sorry to say, but you know, you can be happy, I suppose, that you've got something. I don't know, not even bragging rights, but you know, it's a nice little running gag for you and I at the end of the day.
Have you heard of those places that are like half bars, half bingo halls?
Yes, it's become quite the trend in the UK, hasn't it?
It's become very trendy. We need to set one up.
We could, an
for
esports one, you know, angled on, could indeed work out. Because there's caster side, sure, but there's also stuff that happens in a game, you know. Especially when you know what players are involved.
Exactly.
Yeah. James saving is one that springs to mind, of course, to just, you know, drag that meme out as far. But I mean, look, man, series really heating up here, okay? Let's try and stay zoned in, as tough as it may be with the heat and the time and all that kind of stuff. Again, you know, you really have to hand it to the players for keeping it up for so long. But looking very, very good, 18-15, you know, getting all 3, I suppose, indeed, you know, more on your CT end. You might say it's a bit easier. It's the half that they've been playing for quite a while now, but all the same, 3 in a row is really, really something, of course. You know, the 19 is, you'd assume, going to be doable from here on in, but don't really want to say that with too much confidence, because it has been a series of wacky rounds and, you know, never really being out of it, but looking good now for Falcons.
Yeah, and I think we have to reflect on the series so far, and Maka has been absolutely amazing today. So much impact, and he's calling at the same time. What a complete player. But Kios, UMP in overtime? I'm interested. I'm intrigued. I want to know why.
Where is he? Number 9. He's the trade fragger for this short play.
Surely he's going in first.
Okay, now he will. Flash over, in he flies, Mach 10 effect. What's he shooting at? He will indeed, though, you know, just be that bait out. It's Mopos with the key frag in towards Monster here, drops that bomb. And how do they deal with this? I think Mopos so ready, gets the peek on him as well. Beautiful stuff. 1v3 for Maka to close out the game. Ain't looking too likely. Got to recover the bomb. Probably take a fight to get it. Some pious. I think he saw him. Someone's called that. I don't think he did, but someone on his team definitely spotted it. Some pious, meanwhile, I don't think saw him. Going to start moving around now. Some pious making a lot of noise. Could get dropped here. Okay, that's fair. I mean, Maka trying to, you know, pull it out of the bag somehow. Some pious, though, will keep checking his angle. Surely he's got to be around here somewhere. I don't think he crept short, did he? You know, and will indeed swipe him out there for the 16th and staying alive.
I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that. Especially the UMP purchase. Unorthodox, let's say. Irrespective, 2 more chances, of course, here in overtime. Always going to be facing up against buys on buys. Maka, good spawn. Pushes up early on. He's holding the jump spot there, actually. Or equally, the boost behind the sandbags. Nobody ready and waiting. Alex on the right eye angle gets the first. Falls back with the nade. Python still trying to find the kills, but Alex too hot to handle. Makes it a third. Connected is his domain. 5-on-2 in Movistar. They desperately want this second overtime.
Yes, what a game Alex is having as well. Really, really, really looking good. One of the more experienced players on this lineup, and yet 33-25. And a huge impact round here as well to continue keeping them alive. Kyojin, dead. Only the one frag coming in for Falcons. What do we do now, right? It was looking so good, you know? You find the 3 in the row. As I said, you maybe have to start looking down the barrel of the victory. Now, maybe they have. And that has allowed Movistar Riders, who are still keen and zoned in and fully on the battle here, backs up against the wall. They've packed their secret getaway. And so far looking good, but one more to go.
Double down in connector. Maka posted on the swing. Some Pious, though, not in the vicinity. He's playing up towards balloons. Molotov forces any rifle up close away. Can have a real impact on this round. But still a nice idea. Cautious play, composed play. Falcons. This is a much slower round than these other 2 overtime rounds. They realize the weight of what they might be throwing away. 3 map points. The tension is palpable, and you could definitely cut it with a knife.
Long does indeed look vulnerable here. Rumbu's coming in. Nobody spotted. Making a fair bit of noise. Keep your eyes on those numbers. It's around this point, yeah, that the bathroom players would be able to hear them. Where do we go with this, though? We're going to creep up long and try and catch them. There's the flash. Gives the game away somewhat. Python in with the short control. Oh, no. Alex tried to move around and drop him, but he is cut off. They're still very ready for this A hit, especially in from long. Smoked off. Kyojin. Molly. He needs a flash, though, to go through. Even then, going to be tough. I don't think they've really got any remaining, so just going to have to send it through dry. Kyojin does get his kill. Sun Pius in behind. The sight has to go large. Kyojin will not stop fragging here. Down goes Sun Pius and Mopos to keep them in it. 1 on 4. Surely not.
It's just impossible. It's just impossible. The crossfires are good. Nobody's getting overzealous. Time sinking away as nobody's giving Mopos a fight. Kyojin peeks out, and the series